movie. This movie is 98% melodrama and 2% literally everything else.
I like a good melodrama, but this did not do it for me. You have to have people that you're rooting for at least a little bit.
That is a big problem. So it stars Allison Williams as Morgan. She's a devoted mom to 16-year-old Clara, who's played by McKenna Grace. When this tragedy strikes, and Morgan's husband, who's played by Scott Eastwood, and her sister, who's played by Willa Fitzgerald, who I like. I love her in Reacher, that first season of Reacher. She's been in other things. She's actually in a couple of things that we're
This whole
talking
cast
about
has
this
done
week.
stuff that I've enjoyed. It's not the actor's fault.
Right. But so I go in wanting to like this because I like these actors already. Well, the husband and sister are killed in a car crash. Dave Franco plays the brother-in-law who's married to Willa Fitzgerald. And now Clara and Morgan's mother-daughter bonds are tested by some family secrets that Morgan doesn't want Clara to know about. And also, Clara's interested in bad boy Miller, who's played by Mason. Is it Thames like the river, or is it Thames? Or how do you pronounce his name?
I should know that.
It's spelled like the river in London. And he was Hiccup in the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
And he was just in Black Phone, so he's busy.
Oh, he was in Black Phone too also? Mm-hmm. Why, everybody in this cast is doing things. Just at least better things than this. So you've got this whole thing going on. Mom doesn't want to let go of her 16-year-old daughter. She's raised her. She got pregnant at 18. So the things that worked, Allison Williams as the overprotective mother, that was some of my funnier parts. When she pulls up in the parking lot and gives the glare to them sitting in the truck, that made me laugh.
Except for when she was pretending to be a teenager. That was...
Oh, yeah. So then they flash back, but they just keep all the actors pretending to be 18, 20 years ago. And so, here's what we do. We'll make her hair straight. We'll put it into pigtails. So all this stuff's going on, but so much melodrama. Rachel, you were sitting 2 seats down from me. And I didn't know if you were hearing the noises that I was making while I watched this. But there were groans.
Oh, yeah.
At one point I loudly said, and I don't like to do this. I don't like to call any kind of attention. But when we find out that the two were in the car crash together, I literally said, stop it. Because how much melodrama does this have? Here's how they find out. She gets to the hospital. The calls come in. She gets to the hospital. Oh, your husband's been in a bad car wreck. And so Dave Franco comes in, and she's like, I called my sister. And he's like, why? Why would you do that? Yeah. And she's like, what do you mean, why would I do that? Why would you call her? She's been in a wreck. And then you're like, what? In fact, I think I leaned over to you and I said, what are the odds that they would crash into each other?
Yeah. And as soon as you see the color of that baby's hair, you know immediately what the big reveal is going to be. There's no surprise.
No, as soon as they were in the car crash together, literally everything else, you know what's going to happen.
I guess what confuses me, as somebody who I spend every day in the romance space, I don't understand what people consider to be romantic about Colleen Hoover and her stories. The ones I've read, the ones I've seen, I just don't understand. Like, there is so little that's actually swoony, that's actually romantic in this movie.
Unrequited love.
I mean, especially the teenage plotline in this. She is horrible to Mason Thames. Absolutely appalling.
But she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yes,
she's
she
reeling.
does know what she's doing.
She's grieving.
she
I can't believe I'm doing this just for argument's sake. I agree with you.
And the way she treats him is absolutely awful, and you should never, teenagers out there, you should never do what she does, ever.
So here was my thought. I felt like, as I watched this, I thought there's the seedlings of something interesting and would be interesting to watch here. But I think what they would have had to do is split it into 2 movies. And the first movie is everything told from Allison Williams' point of view, without knowing anything else that's going on in her daughter's head, but just watching so that you can, because her melodrama, of course she has a history with Dave Franco, because of course.
So they could watch him on it and tell us from each
and then the sequel would be from McKenna Grace's point of view. So then suddenly you're understanding why she's being the way she is, but you also understand. But having them mashed together, it made them both unlikable.
Yeah. Because at least with something like Nicholas Sparks, I understand why that's considered romantic, even though it's sad. I get it, because you've got this sort of tragic romance. I get the appeal. I just don't understand the appeal. She's arguably the most popular author working today. Very
she's
high.
got another adaptation coming in March.
High. Yeah. I mean, and so I wish that somebody that's a fan, because they genuinely want to know, I'm genuinely curious, could explain to me what it is that they find romantic about these books.
Fair question. If you want to
movies.
tell us, 57500, if you're Colleen Hoover fan, we promise not to make fun of you.
No.
We're only making fun of this movie because it was so cringe to me. I gave it a C- only because I like McKenna Grace, and literally that. This would have been like in the D-
would you
range.
say this is the worst movie you've seen this year?
You know, that's actually a pretty good bar right there. It's that bad. But at the same time, I think my 18-year-old will love this movie. I really do.
It'd be interesting to see what
and
she says.
that's okay if she does, but
if she loves it, tell her don't behave this way. That's for sure.
I'll do that. So you're going to go rotten, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Very rotten.
Yes.
Can you go like extra rotten? Or is
I
it just
wish you could. Because there's so many movies where I'm like, we'll have to talk about a couple today that I'm like right on the fence on. And that's viewed in the same lens as one that I outright hate. You know
so
what I mean?
that is the one problem with the binary system is there's no area of how close to the middle you are.
Yep.
So this it's called Regretting You. C- from me, rotten from Rachel. It is